This is a speedrun guide for the No Man's Sky Blighted Expedition Redux to get it done nice and easy in a few hours. It covers 13 systems and every milestone in a super efficient route. For the Blighted, we start off on a radioactive planet in the Guyan system. I would recommend first turning off multiplayer in your network settings. Your analysis visor is broken, so firstly mine a few plants to get 50 carbon. Craft that into a carbon nanotube and fix the analysis visor. Next, use your visor to look for a copper deposit either between you and your ship or as close as possible, and make your way to it. On the way to the copper deposit, you will want to collect 300 carbon, 150 ferrite dust and 150 dihydrogen. Once you have it, fuel your personal refiner with 80 carbon, then refine 120 carbon into condensed carbon and 50 ferrite dust into pure ferrite. Also craft 2 carbon nanotubes, 2 dihydrogen jelly, 2 metal plating, 1 hermetic seal and 1 launch fuel. Now build your terrain manipulator and mine the copper deposit. Once you've mined the entire deposit, whack all of the copper into your personal refiner and make your way over to the ship. Upon arrival, before getting in, claim the compass milestone. Install the movement module it gave you and place next to your jetpack. Now fix both the launch thrusters and pulse engine. It's time to leave this planet. Once you're up in space, look for the planet Osusis and pulse to it. This planet is extremely dangerous due to being extreme sentinels, but provided you are always moving, you'll be fine. After landing and before getting out, focus the coveted sun's milestone. Now get out and quickly use your visor to locate some gravitino balls. You'll need 16. And the sentinels will be all over you after you pick the first one, but they are easy to evade, so just grab them, then look for the next patch and mark it, then boost over to it. You don't want the sentinels to shoot at you, but you do want them to follow. For safety, just do a kind of circle of your ship looking for patches so you are nice and close to escape after. Once you have 16 or more gravitino balls, head back to the ship. If the sentinels keep searching for you, look around to shoot them to get their attention back and lead them to your ship. Get in your ship and take off, then immediately switch to your rocket launcher and blow them to hell. After 1 to 2 shots, land again and get out to stop the pesky sentinel ships coming after you, and with any luck, spawning more ground troops. Go into your expedition menu and focus the boundary failure milestone so you can see how many you've killed. You want to kill 13 or more here. So once more ground troops appear, jump back in and rocket launch them to hell. This is indeed a bit of a dodgy way to do it. However, in multiple tests, the intended method of just boosting away in your ship to evade sentinels just doesn't work a lot of the time, as they keep catching up and killing you, so this is an unfortunate workaround of sorts. Once you have your kills, get out of your ship to get the ground troops to be dominant. Give it a second, then jump in your ship and make haste immediately for the stars. You want to prevent the incoming sentinel ships from appearing until you are already fairly far away from them, giving you a good chance of escape. Once out of their reach and able to pulse again, then pulse away a little to escape their robotic judgment. That was a whole lot, but everything after is nice and simple. Drop out of pulse and look around. First look by the space station if you can see a base anywhere called Sentinel Pillar, then pulse toward it. If not, head to planet Refercho. I made a base on this planet for a Sentinel Pillar, though it may not show up, so if not, head to the coordinates -9.31 by +13.20. Alternatively, you can throw the dice with any communication stations that show up. Many of them will be Sentinel Pillars. On approach to your pillar, shoot one of the sentinels surrounding it, then land your ship. Run around the pillar away from the remaining ones a few times to bait any newcomers, then use a terminal at the pillar to shut down all sentinels. While on the terminal, also view the multi-tool available. You don't need to claim it, just viewing it is enough for the milestone. During all of that, the boundary failure milestone to kill 16 sentinels should have completed. If not, you'll just have to shoot a few when you see them on the first rendezvous planet. Head up to the space station. Sell all of the gravitino balls you picked up. Now buy 50 chlorine, 5 metal plating, 5 microprocessors and all the ferrite dust. Head to the trade terminal in the back on the technology vendor side and buy all of the pyrite, and if you don't have 200 pugnium, buy enough to get you there. Next claim the coveted suns, clipped wings and counter fire milestones. Fix your hyperdrive and fuel it. Upgrade your multi-tool at a terminal near the multi-tool tech vendor with the 8 expansion units you just got. Now build the scatter blaster in your multi-tool and install the 2 X-class upgrades that you just obtained. If you have an available supercharged slot, put the scatter blaster in the supercharged and touch its sides with the upgrades. We are done in System 1, so head out and walk to the first system the expedition path suggests, which is Drupsh Ogusi. As you load into System 2, you will be greeted by a freighter battle, which is good for us as we need pirate kills. You currently only have a photon cannon and a rocket launcher. The best method here is to focus one target at a time, using the photon cannon to get their shields down, and as soon as the shields go down, switch to the rocket launcher to finish them off. Cycling this on each pirate will make it quite manageable. Once you have destroyed all of these pesky pirates, head straight for the distressed freighter and fly in. Head up to the captain and talk to him for the pirate map, but don't claim the freighter. Leave the freighter and warp to Rendezvous 1. On entering the third system, Rendezvous 1, go right into the space station. Buy a solar mirror and all of the available uranium, then leave. Focus the Rendezvous 1 milestone and pulse to it. Rendezvous 1 is a trading post located a little north-northeast of the marker, so once you've found it, land and get out to trigger the milestone. Get back in your ship and focus the freighter Blighted milestone, then pulse to where it marks. On approach, look for the crash freighter a little northeast of the marker and land. You just need to interact with the black box sphere and go through the prompts, then interact with one of the cargo pods in the crash freighter to get the second piece of the pirate map. Once done, get back in your ship and focus the last piece, milestone, and pulse to that marker. This is a submerged wreck, so just land on the nearest bit of shore to it. Before getting out, ensure the 5 metal plating is in your exosuit and then refine the 50 chlorine to 100 salt and place it in your exosuit. Also claim the freighter Blighted rewards and make sure there are 2 or more slots free in your exosuit. Make your way over to the marked wreck. Once there, interact with the black box sphere and go through the prompts to get the final pirate map piece. There are 2 heat vents in view of the wreck, so pop over and collect the 6 crystal sulfide. You need 1 more, and there is another vent visible from the first 2, so get to that one and get the 7th crystal. You can now build your Nautilin chamber, so build it and jump inside. Fuel it and put the remaining fuel and Humboldt upgrade in the Nautilin. Install the upgrade if you wish and put the 2 modules on supercharged slots for fun. Now build the high power sonar technology and use it via your quick menu to scan for a submerged ruin. Head back to your ship and fly to the new marker. This ruin is also submerged, so you'll need to land on the closest bit of shore. After getting out, claim the submerged milestone and make sure the oxygen living pearls are in your exosuit inventory with 1 or more free slots. Head over to the ruin. Interact with the glowing mass and work through the prompts, then use your scanner to find a buried chest and open it with the living pearl and the trident key the glowing mass gave you. We are done here, so head up into space, call the anomaly and fly in. Now it's time to finish up most of the preparation before we just whiz through the remaining systems. Claim the boundary failure milestone. Build the positron ejector weapon in your ship and install the 2 X-Class upgrades you just got and have both upgrades touching the main module. Now create a little space in your inventory by crafting the pirate map in your ship. Claim the last piece milestone as well as the Rendezvous 1 milestone. Head into the back of the anomaly where Hyperion is and buy the cadmium drive, emerald drive and indium drive blueprints. Then create a bit more space by buying an exosuit slot and using the 4 exosuit imagery augments you just obtained on the terminal next to Selene. Finally, use the anomaly's teleporter to teleport back to the system space station. At the station, claim the liberation milestone. Then sell all of the gold, the treasure item you got from the ruin, the unstable plasma, the remaining living pearls, and if you aren't going to keep the save, you can sell the cargo bulkheads and salvage frigate modules, but you don't need the cash, it would just free up ship space. Then buy 9 wiring looms. Before you leave, build the emerald drive in your ship and have it touching your hyperdrive. Put the remaining cadmium in your ship for later. Enter the galactic map and position the current system so that the galactic core is directly behind it. Then look at a 45-degree angle down and to the left. You should see a green star system called Valuxa. It is 68 light years from you. Warp there. System 4 only has a few tasks to complete. First, head into the space station. Go to the Starship upgrade vendor and buy the S-Class ship shield upgrade and the A-Class hyperdrive upgrade. Claim the Emerald Dreams milestone. Use the ship scrapping terminal in the station to add slots using the augments you just obtained. Now install the ship shield upgrade and place it next to the core shield module. Also install the X and A-Class hyperdrive upgrades and make a cube out of them with the other 2 modules, making sure both of the A and X-Class modules are touching each other in this cube. Exit the station and fly to the nearest planet, preferably to the dark side of it. On approach, look for shiny green spots on the surface. This will be emerald and is easier to see at night. If you see some, land right by it. If not, land and use your scanner to find the deposit. While mining your emerald deposit, have your refiner working on 300 oxygen into carbon, then that carbon into condensed carbon, and finally your cadmium into chromatic metal. You should get 250 or more emerald from one deposit, though I was unlucky and was 8 short, so I had to find a second. Once you have 250 emerald, build the indium drive in your ship and have it touch the hyperdrive upgrade with the highest light year range. Craft 6 antimatter, 6 antimatter housing, and then those into 6 warp cells. Use them when required. Now warp to the Rendezvous 2 system, Uoping. As we enter System 5, I should note that we no longer need to visit another space station, so I won't have that in the guide. But if you wish to be able to get back to these systems without having to warp between them, you should pop into each station as we enter the system, just to get the teleporter links. Focus the Rendezvous 2 milestone and pulse to the marker. Rendezvous 2 is a traveller grave that is located very slightly south of the marker, which is just to your left as you approach, halfway up a mountain on the little ledge. Land and get out to trigger the milestone, and if you wish, you can interact with the grave to get a random technology from the memory fragment. Head back into space, we're off to the next system. This time you need to find the Rendezvous 1 system again in the map to use as a point of reference. This system is called Xaine. It should be easy to find as all systems you've been to have a faint white circle around them. Once located, position Xaine so that the galactic core is directly behind it. Then look up and to the right for a blue star system 221 light years from your current position, called Lurankam. Warp there. As you walk in, you'll see your second freighter battle, except this time you have an upgraded positron ejector. Do as you did before, except use a positron to get their shields down, as while it's not the best at shields, it's overwhelmingly powerful, and will still melt them. Once you've removed their pesky existence, head into the distressed freighter. Go up and speak to the captain and claim the freighter, then interact with the console opposite the captain and unlock the first squadron slot. Back in the freighter's hangar, wait for the first ship to fly in and accept the pilot into your squadron. Now it's off to Rendezvous 3, so head out and warp there. For System 7, all we need is a rendezvous, so focus a Rendezvous 3 milestone and pulse to the marker. Rendezvous 3 is a ruin, located east of the marker, which should be to the left of the marker as you approach. Land and get out to trigger the milestone. Head back up and enter Galactic Map as we have another unmarked system to warp to. This next system is fairly easy to find, but it's not super close. Look above your current system in the Galactic Map. There are 3 relatively close red systems. Above those is a large area of empty space between systems. Above that space is another more prominent and lonely red system called Nuzmidum. It is 240 light years away. Warp there. System 8 is a nice system. It ticks a box and then we move on, so back into the Galactic Map. The next system is called Gridjack, and it is extremely close to Rendezvous 4, like right on top of it. Warp there if you can. If you got unlucky with your ANX class hyperdrive upgrade modules, you could have as low as 279 light year distance. This isn't a big deal, just walk to any system close to Rendezvous 4 that isn't called Libok. Once you arrive in System 9 that may or may not be called Gridjack, head back into the Galactic Map and find the system called Libok. This system is very close to both Rendezvous 4 and Gridjack, in the direction you are coming from. It's a yellow star system. Warp there. System 10 is called Libok, and this system will give us a final freighter battle. If you've stuck to the plan, you should only need 2 more pirate kills to complete Galactic Defender, so focus that milestone to know for sure you'll be getting the right amount, as the milestones won't trigger until you are out of combat. Then shoot down 2 pirates. After you've had your fill, fly directly into the distressed freighter. If the battle is still going, you'll need to just fly towards the doors. They let you in when you get very close. Fly immediately back out and warp to Rendezvous 4. Welcome to System 10. Focus the Rendezvous 4 milestone and pulse to the marker. Rendezvous 4 is an archive and is located east of the marker. Land at the archive and get out to trigger the milestone. Now focus the treasure hunt milestone and activate the pirate map in your ship's inventory. Pulse to the marker. As you approach, you are looking for a portal that is west of the marker. This planet does not make it super easy to spot, so slow down as you get close and pay attention to where the marker is before it disappears. Land at the portal and interact with the DHD. Work through the prompts until it dials an address for you. Jump to the portal. I'll see you in System 12. System 12 is called Kesmante, and the portal you just arrived through is Rendezvous 5. You likely won't see the milestone trigger, but if you check your expedition page, it should be ticked. Ensure treasure hunt is still focused and head over to the marker. This time the marker marks a ruin, and the ruin should be almost exactly where the marker is, which is nice. Land and start digging up the area for small chests. You need 3 small ones, and you can locate them with your visor. Once you have all 3 keys, dig up the central large chest and open it. Note here that if you don't have enough space for the loot, it won't fully trigger the milestone, so wait for it to trigger. Now use any extra warp cells you have to fill the hyperdrive. You need it to be 100% full, so if you need more warp cells, make them now. On the off chance you need a little extra carbon, you should easily have enough chromatic metal from the cadmium, though do ensure you keep 30 for later. You can refine more oxygen into carbon and then again into condensed, though you'll want to keep a few hundred carbon for later and a few hundred oxygen to make the antimatter housing for the warp cells. Once your hyperdrive is fully loaded, head into space and enter the galactic map one final time. You are right next to the galactic core, which is pretty cool. Targeting the core can be a little unintuitive. All you need to do is not release the cursor from your current system like you normally would. Keep it focused on your current system, then move your mouse or joystick in the direction of the core, which is the massive empty space next to you. Then hold down left click on PC and what I would assume is the fire key on controller. While holding down, it should build up a second, then switch to the core, and if you keep holding, it'll warp to the core. Sit back and enjoy the next few minutes. We are pretty much there. System 13, the final system. Chill out for a second while the game catches up and triggers the intergalactic milestone. Once it does, claim the rewards from it. Now you just need to find an empty space where there isn't a base. This may require you to go to your ship and look around, especially as the expedition reaches the end of the window. Once you find a spot, put a base computer down and claim it. Then build 14 small wooden floors and you're done. Enjoy the music and congratulations, you've completed the Blighted Expedition Redux. A written cheat sheet PDF version of this guide can be found for patrons and YouTube members via posts on the relevant platforms and the special Xaine channel on the Discord. If you enjoyed this video, you'll likely enjoy one of these 2. I hear the top one doped for competitions, but it's just a rumour. Have a fantastic day.